Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the English Learning Podcast. I'm Brain, your host, and with me, as always, is my awesome co-host, Anna. Hey, Anna, how are you today?
Hi, Brain. I'm great, thanks. I'm really excited about today's episode because we're going to talk about something that a lot of English learners don't think about enough: training your mouth for fluency.
Yes, that's right. You can know all the words and grammar in the world, but if your mouth muscles aren't trained to say English naturally and clearly, it's hard to speak fluently.
Exactly. Your mouth, tongue, lips, all of these work together when you speak. And just like athletes warm up their muscles before a game, your speaking muscles need warm-ups and exercises too.
In today's episode, we'll share simple and effective exercises you can do every day to train your mouth and improve your English fluency. We'll cover warm-ups, tricky sounds, tongue twisters, and even how to check your progress by recording yourself.
So, whether you're a beginner or have been learning English for a while, this episode will help you speak more smoothly and confidently. Ready to get started?
Let's do it!
Brain, before we jump into exercises, let's talk about why training your mouth is so important for fluency. A lot of learners focus on vocabulary or grammar, but forget about how their mouth moves when they speak.
That's a great point, Anna. You can think quickly and know what you want to say, but if your mouth muscles aren't used to making the sounds, your speech will be slow, unclear, or choppy.
Exactly. Think about it like this. When you first learn to play a musical instrument, your fingers might feel stiff and slow, but with practice, they become quick and flexible. It's the same with your mouth muscles.
Right. English has many sounds that might be different from your native language, so your tongue, lips, and jaw need to learn new movements. Without training, your mouth might get tired, or you might pause a lot because it's hard to form the words quickly.
Also, untrained mouth muscles can cause mispronunciations, which can make it harder for others to understand you. But when you train your mouth, your pronunciation gets clearer, and you can speak faster without losing accuracy.
So basically, mouth training helps your brain and muscles work together smoothly. It improves your speaking speed, clarity, and confidence, all key parts of fluency.
That's why today's exercises aren't just about sounding good, they're about helping you speak English naturally and comfortably. Your mouth is your tool for speaking, so let's keep it strong and ready.
Well said, Anna. Now that we know why it matters, let's dive into the first step: warming up those speaking muscles. All right, now that we understand why mouth training is important, let's take a closer look at how your mouth actually works when you speak English. It's like a little machine, every part plays a role.
That's true. When we speak, we use our lips, tongue, jaw, and even the muscles in our cheeks and throat. Each of these parts helps shape the sounds we make.
Let's start with the tongue. It's one of the most important tools for speaking. English has a lot of sounds that require precise tongue placement, like the L and R sounds.
Yes. For example, the L sound needs the tip of your tongue to touch the roof of your mouth just behind your teeth. But for the R sound, the tongue curls back without touching the top. Many learners mix these up because their tongues aren't used to the movement.
That's such a common problem. Then you've got sounds like TH, as in think or this, where the tongue actually comes between your teeth. That's totally new for many learners.
Exactly. And your lips are key too. Think about the difference between the V and W sounds. For V, your top teeth touch your bottom lip, but for W, both lips round and push out. Without practice, it's easy to mix them up.
And don't forget about the jaw. The jaw controls how wide your mouth opens, which affects vowel sounds like the difference between bit and beat, or cot and cat.
Right. So if you're not opening your mouth enough or your tongue isn't in the right position, the word can come out wrong even if you know it.
That's why awareness is the first step. You don't need to be a speech expert, but knowing what part of your mouth is doing what and practicing the correct movement can make a big difference.
And the good news is you can train all of these muscles. Just like going to the gym for your body, you can exercise your mouth to speak more fluently and clearly in English.
Exactly. So now that we know what we're working with, let's start training. Coming up next, we'll show you how to warm up your mouth before speaking. It's going to be fun. Okay, let's get into the first practical step, warming up your mouth before you speak English. Just like athletes warm up before a workout, you need to wake up your speaking muscles.
That's right. If your mouth is stiff or sleepy, your words might come out slow, unclear, or even mumbled. But with a quick warm-up, you'll feel more relaxed and ready to speak clearly.
Let's start with something simple, lip trills. Just press your lips together and blow air out like this. Brrr. It sounds a little silly, but it helps loosen your lips.
Haha, yeah, it's funny but super effective. Try doing that for 10 to 15 seconds, maybe a few times. It helps your lips relax and move more smoothly.
Next, we've got tongue stretches. Stick your tongue out. Move it left to right, up and down, slowly. This helps prepare the tongue for sounds that need precision, like L, R, and TH.
And here's a fun one. Try saying la 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 really fast. It's a great way to get your tongue tip moving. You can also try ra 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 to train that curled tongue shape for the English R.
Nice! Don't forget the jaw, too. Open your mouth wide and hold for a few seconds like a big yawn. Then slowly close it. Do that a few times to loosen up the jaw muscles, especially if you tend to keep your mouth too tight when speaking.
Another quick warm-up is face massage. Just use your fingers to gently rub your cheeks and lips. It relaxes the tension that builds up from stress or nerves.
Exactly. These exercises only take about 2 to 3 minutes, but they prepare your mouth to move freely and naturally, which is key for fluency.
So here's your warm-up checklist: lip trills, tongue stretches, jaw openings, fast la-la and rah-rah drills, light face massage.
Make this a daily habit, especially before speaking practice or a conversation. Your mouth will become stronger, more flexible, and your words will come out much easier.
And remember, warming up isn't just for beginners. Even professional speakers do it. It's like preparing your voice for success.
Well, said Anna. Now that your mouth is warmed up, let's move to the next part, practicing those difficult English sounds that really need special attention. All right, now that your mouth is warmed up, let's focus on the next step, practicing difficult English sounds. This is where most learners struggle, especially if the sounds don't exist in their native language.
Yes, English has some sounds that are totally new for many learners. And if your mouth isn't used to making those sounds, it can feel awkward or even impossible at first. But don't worry, it is trainable.
Let's start with one of the most challenging ones. The TH sound like in think or this. Many learners replace it with S or D, but the correct way is to gently put your tongue between your teeth and blow air out. Like this, ta, tahaj.
Try saying think thought Thursday slowly. Focus on where your tongue is between your teeth. It might feel strange at first, but with repetition it becomes natural.
Next is the tricky R sound. In English, the tongue curls back slightly but doesn't touch the roof of your mouth. A lot of learners say R like an L or even roll it like in other languages.
Right. Try saying red run around. Feel the curl in your tongue. Don't rush, go slowly, and listen to yourself. It's all about muscle memory.
Another common pair learners mix up is V and W. For V, you press your top teeth against your bottom lip and vibrate. Like this, very voice travel.
But for W, your lips should be rounded like blowing a kiss. Try water window walk. Totally different mouth shapes, right?
Yes, these small differences are important. And then we have sounds like the short I in bit and the long E in beat. If your mouth doesn't move enough, they can sound the same, but they're not.
So here's a quick practice tip. Pick 2-3 difficult sounds and practice them every day. Use words or short phrases and repeat them slowly, then faster. Record yourself to check if you're getting closer to the native sound.
Exactly. Focused sound training helps your mouth adjust and builds fluency over time. It's not about perfection, it's about progress and clarity.
And remember, every native speaker has gone through this as a baby. You're just training those muscles a little later, and that's okay.
Coming up next, we'll show you a fun way to improve your speed and accuracy using tongue twisters. Don't miss it.
Now it's time for one of the most fun and surprisingly powerful tools for mouth training, tongue twisters.
Ha ha ha. Yes, they're not just silly phrases. Tongue twisters actually help improve your mouth agility, pronunciation accuracy, and speaking speed.
Exactly. When you say them slowly and clearly, your mouth has to work extra hard to move between difficult sounds quickly and smoothly. That's the kind of workout your speaking muscles need.
Let's try a classic one. Repeat after me slowly. She sells seashells by the seashore. Focus on those S and SH sounds. It's a great way to train your tongue and lips.
Another good one is red lorry, yellow lorry. It works your L and R muscles, which are tricky for many learners.
Here's a fun one. I like Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers. Say that 5 times fast if you can.
That one always trips me up, but it's great for building speed and rhythm. And don't worry if you mess up, that's part of the process.
The key is to start slow. Don't try to go fast right away. First, focus on saying the words clearly and with the correct mouth shape. Then, increase your speed little by little.
And here's a tip. Stand in front of a mirror while you say them. Watch how your mouth moves. This helps you become more aware of your lip, tongue, and jaw positions.
Also, record yourself and play it back. You'll hear which parts need more clarity or where you're getting stuck. Then practice that section more.
Even just 5 minutes a day with tongue twisters can make a big difference. They train your muscles, improve coordination, and make your speech smoother.
So if you want to speak clearly and confidently, don't skip the tongue twisters. They may sound funny, but they really work.
Up next, we'll talk about one of the best ways to measure your progress recording and listening to yourself. Don't miss it.
All right, let's move to our final step for training your mouth. And this one is super important. Recording and listening to yourself.
Yes, a lot of learners avoid this because it feels uncomfortable at first. But honestly, it's one of the most powerful tools to improve your pronunciation and fluency.
That's right. When you speak, you might think you're saying the words correctly. But when you listen to the recording, you hear the truth.
It's like holding up a mirror to your speaking. You start to notice little mistakes, unclear sounds, or areas where your mouth didn't move the way it should.
Exactly. So here's how you can do it. Pick a short paragraph or even a few sentences. Read them out loud and record yourself on your phone. Then listen back carefully. Are your sounds clear? Are you pausing too much? Are your R or TH sounds coming out right?
And don't just record, once record, again and again. Each time, try to improve one small thing. Maybe you open your mouth more or pronounce the ending of each word better.
You can also use the repeat and record technique. First, listen to a native speaker, maybe from a YouTube video, podcast, or audiobook. Then try to repeat what they said and record your version.
Then compare. Don't worry if your voice sounds different, focus on how the words are spoken. Is your rhythm similar? Is your pronunciation close? Are you speaking too fast or too flat?
And here's the amazing part. When you do this regularly, your mouth gets used to forming English sounds the right way. Your fluency improves without you even realizing it.
Exactly. It's not about being perfect, it's about getting better every day. Even 5 minutes of recording practice can create real change over time.
So don't be shy. Hit that record button and start speaking. Your mouth and your English will thank you.
Coming up next, we'll talk about some common mistakes people make when training their mouth and how you can avoid them. Now that we've talked about warm-ups, difficult sounds, tongue twisters, and recording yourself, let's talk about some common mistakes learners make when training their mouth for English fluency.
Oh, yes. And the good news is, once you know these mistakes, you can avoid them and make faster progress.
Mistake number 1, rushing through exercises. Some learners try to go fast too soon, but fluency comes from control, not speed. If you speak quickly but unclearly, it won't help.
Exactly. Start slow. Build accuracy, and speed will follow naturally. Focus on correct mouth movement first, even if it feels awkward in the beginning.
Mistake 2, not opening your mouth enough. This happens a lot. English needs more mouth movement than some other languages. If your mouth is too tight or barely moving, your pronunciation will sound unclear or mumbled.
Yes, English has open vowels and sharp consonants. If your mouth doesn't move, the sounds just don't come out right. So loosen up and exaggerate your mouth movement, especially when practicing.
Mistake number 3, skipping practice. Training your mouth is like going to the gym. You need consistency. One day of practice won't help much, but 5 minutes a day? That adds up fast.
So true. And don't forget mistake number 4, focusing only on one sound. While it's good to fix weak spots, fluency needs balance. Work on a variety of sounds and combinations.
To fix these mistakes, here's what you can do. Go slow before going fast. Use a mirror to check mouth movement. Practice daily, even just a little. And make your practice fun with tongue twisters, silly sounds, or shadowing your favorite TV characters.
Fluency is built step by step, and mouth training is a huge part of that. If you stay consistent and avoid these mistakes, you'll start to speak clearer, faster, and more naturally.
Coming up next, we've got a little motivational message to help you stay inspired and committed to your fluency journey.
All right, before we wrap things up, let's take a moment to encourage everyone out there. Because here's the truth. Fluency takes time, and progress is not always fast or easy.
That's so true, Brain. You might feel frustrated sometimes. Maybe your mouth feels stiff or a certain sound still isn't clear even after weeks of practice. But guess what? That's completely normal.
Absolutely. Fluency is like building a skill, just like learning to ride a bike or play an instrument. At first it's hard, but with daily practice, your mouth starts to move faster, your voice sounds more natural, and your confidence grows.
And don't compare yourself to native speakers or to other learners. Everyone has a different journey. What matters is that you keep going step by step, word by word.
So be patient with yourself. Celebrate small wins. Maybe today you said "the" correctly. Maybe your recording sounded just a little bit clearer than yesterday. That's success.
Yes, every time you practice, your mouth gets stronger, your brain gets faster, and your English becomes more fluent. You are improving even if it doesn't always feel that way.
Keep training. Keep speaking. Keep believing in yourself. You're doing something powerful, and your future fluent self will thank you for it.
Well said, Brain. And to everyone listening, don't give up. You've got this.
Let's go over everything we learned today and give you a clear action plan before we close. All right, let's quickly recap everything we covered today about training your mouth for English fluency.
We started by talking about why mouth training matters, because your lips, tongue, and jaw need practice, just like any other muscle to help you speak clearly and smoothly.
Then we explored the anatomy of speaking, how different parts of your mouth create different sounds, and why understanding them helps improve pronunciation.
After that, we shared Step 1 warm-up exercises like lip trills, tongue stretches, and jaw loosening to prepare your mouth for better speaking.
In Step 2, we focused on practicing difficult sounds like TH, R, L, V, and W. We showed you how to position your mouth and gave you tips to train them properly.
Then, in Step 3, we had some fun with tongue twisters, a great way to boost your speed clarity and mouth coordination.
Step 4 was all about recording yourself, listening to how you speak, catching mistakes, and tracking your improvement.
And we also covered some common mistakes like rushing, mumbling, or skipping practice, and how to fix them.
So here are your action steps. 1. Do your mouth warm-ups daily, just 5 minutes. 2. Pick 2-3 difficult sounds and practice them slowly. 3. Use tongue twisters to build agility. 4. Record yourself at least 3 times a week. 5. Be patient and consistent. Small steps every day lead to big progress.
That's your training plan. Make it part of your routine and watch how much more fluent and confident you become.
All right, almost time to say goodbye. But first, let's tell you what's coming in the next episode. And that's a wrap for today's episode. We hope you're walking away with tools you can start using right now to train your mouth for better English fluency.
Remember, it's not about being perfect, it's about progress. Just a few minutes of mouth training a day can make a huge difference in how you sound and how confident you feel.
Thank you for spending time with us here on the English Learning Podcast. If you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to follow, like, or share it with your fellow English learners.
And hey, in our next episode, we'll be talking about how to stop translating in your head and start thinking directly in English. That one's going to be powerful.
So don't miss it. Until then, keep practicing, keep speaking, and keep believing in yourself.
You've got this. See you next time.